So let's, we can't cringe. We can cringe, but the reality is this is what we're dealing with. And I'm not, there's really multiple levels to talk about this on, to be honest, depending on your demographic and where you live, your age, where you frequent. That could be somebody that looks like you, that you could be in combat with, up to someone who's representing a police officer or a cop, whichever, whatever you call it. And so you have to kind of define, that's when you kind of have to think. Self-defense first starts here. A lot of people think that self-defense is fighting, self-defense is shooting or stabbing. Self-defense starts in the mind. And what I mean by that is you have to always kind of be prepared to know what you're going to do if you get into a situation where you're confronted with someone who's your size, someone who's smaller than you, someone who's bigger than you, someone who has the law on their side. And then you have to determine, especially being melanated, what that's going to look like for you if you choose to defend yourself. Okay. So when I say it starts in the mind, you have to know that. You should also know your rights and the law and how it applies to you. And then you should also have counsel in your back pocket. So if you ever have to go to jail, to call your attorney. Don't call your mama. That's cool. You can call your friends and all that. But you should always have an attorney that you should call that will be able to at least get you out of jail, so you're not staying in jail overnight waiting for someone to post bond or things of that nature. So for a melanated person, self-defense is still, knowing how to protect yourself. But then it's more so we have to be more highly aware and highly intelligent to fight here as well. Because just being able to fight or just being able to shoot is not going to be enough, because you already know that depending on who you fight or shoot could be there's going to be way more battle after that than the one you just went through.
A fight to the finish.
Yes. So for us, it's a little bit more intense, but it's very doable. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. And so therefore, you can't ignore it. I would hate to be someone who just thought, oh, it's not going to happen to me. And then boom, it happens to you. So the best thing to do is to get prepared for self-defense and self-defending yourself as a melanated person, and then self-defending for yourself as a melanated woman.
Thank you for putting that tidbit on the end of that, because it's the whole topic is just important, no matter how you look at it. But for us melanated individual women, it is a little bit more intense, and for the men as well. Just us as a community, it is intense. And the reason why I asked Shanta to talk about this subject is because she has been an advocate, and she has been an educator when it comes to self-defense, not only to other people but for herself. So if you decide to connect with her or follow her or whatever, you'll see how she's diligently making sure that not only is she taking care of her temple foundationally, but also making sure that she's putting things in place to protect the temple that she's, maintaining. So, my next question was going to be, how important is self-defense to you? I see it, of course, because we are friends, but tell the people how important is self-defense.
Man, is so important for me because I love myself.
Bottom line.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reality. And I want to be here as long as I'm able to be here under my own will and power. You understand? With a sound mind. So it's very important because, and then everything that we're doing in life and investing in ourselves, whether it be, through fitness and health, through finances, building your business, taking care of your kids, whatever that may be, you have to protect it. That's like buying a house and not putting any doors and windows on it. It's like, why? Yeah. You just never locking your doors, never locking your windows, and just saying, hey, anybody can come in, whatever you want, you can take. The same reason why you put your money in the bank, the same reason why you put multiple locks on your doors. The same reason why you put up curtains, that's for privacy, but all of that matters because the privacy is also so they can't see what's going on. They don't have automatic access to what's happening in your home. The same reason why you do anything, lock your doors when you're driving your car. You don't just leave your car unlocked. Same reason why you take your expensive stuff out of certain areas and you may buy a vault. I mean, it's the same thing. So much more applies to this because so not just living is also providing if you have kids or for taking care of any person that you are taking care of, whether it be your parents or whomever. You know, I don't know what your life may hold in it, but self-preservation is important. And some of, you know, I don't want to get on the health kick because that's not what we're here to talk about.
But no,
but it is a part of it.
Just saying.
Yes, it is. It's the first line of self-defense. And so I had to learn that myself. And even now that I am heavily involved in, self-defense combat training, you got to be in some sort of shape to get out here and fight because most people don't have about 30 seconds of a good win, of a good fight in them. And you go up against somebody who's more fit for that. You've already lost. A lot of people lose fights due to fatigue, not skill.
Yeah, so I'm glad that you were able to say that health is the number one. We got mind, and then we have health before you can actually proactively self-defense. So with because if somebody chasing you, how you gonna run down and you
right, you out of breath already. Right.
right. And of course nothing like that will happen. And I pray so that nothing like that will ever happen. But you gotta be real. I think the most eye-opening thing for me was realizing how much I was out of shape when we started wearing masks. And walking around the store and everything, and I have children and trying to get them organized, and I'm like, I'm tired with that. Oh, no mask on my face, and I've had some other health challenges as well. But the thing was, like, they just gonna win the day because I'm tired. I don't have the energy. I don't have the strength to do it or whatever. I'm just gonna have to pull the tool, whatever it is, what it is. But of course, the mind, intellect is always important to me, no matter what you look at, no matter what you discuss or whatever. Your intellect is very important, and it is a way of self-defense. It really is, because it's a lot of things that people can feed to you or say to you or try to make you digest. And if you don't have the right mind, you'll get sucked into the wrong things. And so, and I believe, people are always talking about protect your peace, protect your peace. You got to protect your mind. You got to protect, your eyes, your ears. You have to protect all of that or whatever. And then you can protect your peace.
Your peace is automatically protected usually when that happens. You protect your mind, you protect your body, you protect your eyes, your ears, the things that you're digesting into your spirit and things you're digesting into your body. It's like your body already knows how to I don't need that. No, that's messing up my chi. I don't want it.
Like I'm done. It's automatic defense or whatever. So you talked about not knowing that health was a part of self-defense. So tell us about that. What was so eye-opening about that?
Oh man. Well, I was already trying to, eat better, do better and all that kind of stuff. But it's like if anybody's ever gotten really serious into working out, you really need to fuel your body in order to complete a workout. And fuel has to be good fuel because otherwise you get drained super quick. You don't have the energy versus when you have good fuel in your body can go a little longer. That's number one. But what I also realized is that when you're doing certain moves or certain things that you need to do in order to pull off a move or get off a move on someone, it requires a little bit of athleticism. It requires some muscles that you might not have necessarily used before. You know what I'm saying? It requires a whole lot. I got a whole, like, I've always watched MMA, and we always try to quarterback from the couch saying, all right, this is what they should have done. How did they lose that quick? What happened? How you do, just like with football or basketball. But I got a whole new respect actually learning it, because you can learn a move, but actually putting the move on someone who's opposing you is a completely different thing. And if you're not conditioned for it, you can hang it up. You can learn every move in the book, but if you're not conditioned to do it, it's not going to go like